It's me. I've got a report in front of me right now stating that all of our agents in Japan are dead. All 12 died of heart attacks. I can only assume Akira is behind this. Look, I'm sorry, but it's already decided. We're calling off our investigation.
I have Chief Yagami on the line. Hell, I just got off the phone with the director of the FBI. According to him, it seems that you arranged for the FBI to come to Japan and investigate everyone here associated with the task force.
Yes, I did.
So how do you explain this? Are we now suspects in our own investigation?
I felt that it was necessary to uncover Kira's identity.
I cannot accept that. I find it unbelievable that you would spy on us. The very people working with you on this case.
Hear that? Well, I knew all along we couldn't trust that guy. More importantly, Kira killed those FBI agents, didn't he? It's obvious he'll kill anyone who gets in his way, whether they're criminals or not. So much for his sense of justice. He's a murderer.
We have another victim. A note was found at the scene.
L, do you know Gods of Death love apples?
Damn you, Kira. Kira, it seems we're getting closer to each other in equal steps. It's only a matter of time before we collide. So be it. I'm ready to show my face. I'll make my first public appearance as L. If you ever manage to find out about these secret meetings, I'm sure you'd feel compelled to move in. That's what I'm counting on. I am L.
This is him?
He's nothing like I thought he'd be.
I'm Yagami of the NPA.
Matsuda.
I'm Aizawa. Mugi. Yukita. I'm very sorry we're late. Currently, the 5 of us are...
Bang.
What the hell was that?
If I were Kira, you'd be dead, Mr. Soichiro Yagami, chief of the NPA. Kira needs a face and a name in order to commit murder. But I'm sure you've already figured that much out, haven't you? Please do not give out your name so carelessly. Instead, let's value our lives.
I knew that he needed a face to kill someone, but I don't remember any evidence that showed that he needed a name, too.
There's no way to verify if this is related, but criminals whose names were never released publicly or whose names were spelled incorrectly in the media have not been targeted. We briefly went over it at one of our meetings.
That's enough small talk for now. Come this way.
Right.
Please turn off all your cell phones, handhelds, and any other communication devices and leave them on the table right there.
What do you think, we're going to be using our cell phones during this meeting to leak information?
It's all right. Just do as he says.
I realize he's been cautious from the very beginning, but I still can't tell if he trusts us or not.
No, it's fun and distracting. I can't stand it when people's cell phones are ringing while I'm trying to talk. Let me start by saying nobody takes notes on anything that's said in these meetings. That means when we leave headquarters, any information we need is committed to memory. Please make yourselves comfortable.
Right.
Excuse me, Al? Was among them. I'm sure he wouldn't make it obvious. No, in fact, it could mean he was able to continue killing without doing anything outwardly suspicious.
Well, then you believe that Kira is among one of those families?
As I've said, there's a 5% chance. Kira never stopped killing people, even while the surveillance cameras were in place. I still have no idea how he's been able to commit these murders, but let's say he could kill someone simply by wishing death upon them. You'd think that any human being would have shown at least some emotion, some sign that they were knowingly committing an act of murder. So the obvious conclusion is that Kira couldn't be one of them. However, what if he is one of these people we've been watching? If he is, we have to assume that his psyche has reached godlike proportions, punishing evildoers without the slightest change of expression. It almost makes me want to believe that Kira doesn't exist, that this is just the wrath of a vengeful god. But that idea is completely absurd, to think that God would need a person's face and name to kill them. No, these aren't acts of God, but someone very childish and immature who wants to pretend they're God. That's what's going on here. A mass murderer who calls himself Kira exists somewhere. I'm sure of it, and I will catch him. But I can't count on Kira making any mistakes. It doesn't matter how long we watch him, he's not going to expose himself to us. So what should I do? Ideally, I would get to know him well enough that he'd admit to me that he was Kira and show me how he kills. Would that even be possible?
Lucky.
Yes?
I've been thinking about the purse snatcher and the embezzler's heart attacks 2 days ago. It seems my family couldn't have had any knowledge of them before they died. Shouldn't that resolve any doubts you have?
You may be right. Even though Kira can control the time of death, I don't think there's any way he could have arranged their deaths without having seen the broadcast first. Huh? Your son has come home. Light Yagami. Your father is Chief Soichiro Yagami of the NPA. Your respect for your father's matched only by your strong sense of justice. Who the hell is this guy? You're planning to join the police agency when you graduate, and you've already got experience, seeing as you've helped police solve a number of cases in the past. Now you're showing an interest in the Kira case. I'm impressed by your abilities and your sense of justice. If you promise not to tell anyone about this, I have important information concerning the Kira investigation that I'd like to share with you. Where's this coming from? And who is he? Is it safe to just ignore him? But I wonder what this information actually is. I won't tell anyone. What is it? I want to tell you I'm Al. Surprised for you, guy. I never thought you'd ask me to play tennis as a way to get to know each other. Is it a problem for you? Not at all. But when you first invited me to play, did you know how good I was? Yes. I'll be fine, though. It's been a while, but at one time I was actually the British junior champion. If I ask him if he's British, would he think I'm trying to find out more about him because I'm Kira? Oh, well, can't hurt to try. Hyuga, were you raised in the UK? I lived in England for about 5 years when I was younger, but save your breath. Nothing in that story would reveal Al's true identity, I promise you. Oh, is that so? Well, since it's our first match, why don't we just play a single set? First one to 6? That's fine by me. This is just a friendly game of tennis, nothing more. In and of itself, it won't determine if Light is Kira, but I know Kira hates to lose. Ah! 15 love. Whoa, Ryuga, you sure don't mess around. He who strikes first wins.
What do you mean you're not at liberty to say? I'm very sorry, sir.